Are you one of those weirdos that gets a kick out of grown men picking pretend players for their make believe basketball teams? If so, you're one of us. Welcome to Game Pick Fantasy Basketball. I'm your host, Robin Marks. You can connect with me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Game Pick Podcast. If it's your first time here and you love fantasy sports, please consider subscribing to the channel. In this episode, we will be conducting a 12-team mock draft, and we'll also be drafting from the 10th position on ESPN. Now, I already have the room all set up. It looks like the draft room is open. So we're going to get this thing started sooner than later. I'm jumping right in. As you guys probably know already, we've been doing Mock Draft Monday every week. I want to say this is our 8th week. You know what I'm saying? We have been on a tear, just constantly showing up for the community, especially people who play in points leagues. As you know, if you're a points leagues fantasy basketball person, there's not that much content around points leagues. And for me, I want to make sure that I'm providing that value for you every single week. So that's why I'm showing up for you as the season, is getting ready to launch. So this is actually our 7th week of Mock Draft Mondays. We did our Monday episode. This is our first ever Wednesday episode, guys. And just to give you some insight, the reason why I wanted us to do a Wednesday show, last week, man, I was getting messages from some of the most prominent figures in the fantasy sports community, not just fantasy basketball, but also fantasy football. And I think it has to do with my activity on Twitter recently. So I've been on Twitter just kind of, getting active, talking to people, engaging with people's content. And between that and what we've been doing on YouTube, we have some opportunities, ahead for us. So we're really excited about it. And I wanted to make sure that we just double down. Like, if we're doing content for the fantasy basketball community, if I can do it on Monday, I can do it on Wednesday too. And you know what? We're also going to be pulling up for the live stream on Friday. If you can check it live, great. But just know that there's replay value here. So if you are not watching it live and you're watching a replay, thank you so much for clicking on our thumbnail and giving us that click-through rate that we're looking for. And we're just going to continue this movement, man. People who are interested in fantasy sports, specifically fantasy basketball points leagues, you have found your home. With that said, this is the beginning of the draft. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. So we got my man Dunham. Dunham is up with the first pick. And again, there are so many options at first pick, but there's really only one. He's going to take Nikola Jokic unless he is smoking Wanderlust. If he's smoking Wanderlust, then chances are he will probably pick someone else. But he looks like he might be sleeping at the wheel. Dunham might have bailed in 3, 2. Off the board is Nikola Jokic. Second is Giannis. Third, Luka. Fourth, Steph Curry. Fifth, Jason Tatum. Damian Lillard. Ja Morant. Karl Anthony Towns. Joel Embiid. I am up. On the board, I have available to me Trae Young, James Harden, LeBron James, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, LaMelo Ball. So for me, I'm eyeing James Harden here, so I'm just going to grab the beard. I think grabbing James Harden with the 10th pick in the first round is hella value. Like, I think you're winning there. So with the second, our second round pick on the board, we have SGA, LaMelo, Domantas Sabonis, Booker, DeMar DeRozan. We're just going to go ahead and grab LaMelo here. So we go ahead and we get 2 guards early on. Next, after, we'll just quickly do the recap. After James Harden went Trae Young. First pick in round, 12th pick in round 1 is Paul George. First pick in round 2, LeBron, Beal, Melo, SGA, Domantas Sabonis, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant, DeMar DeRozan, Siakam, Donovan Mitchell, Booker, DeJounte, Brandon Ingram. And then we're up again for the third round. We have McCollum, De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton. It looks like ESPN has adjusted their their rankings, and they've moved Zion Williamson up. I'm going to grab Zion here. Let's hope he stays healthy. And then with our pick right after that, Kawhi is on the board. Zach LaVine, Cade Cunningham, Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards, Jamal Murray. I think that's way too high for Jamal Murray for him to be ranked 44th. After coming off of that injury, that's way too high. We're going to grab Anthony Edwards here. Okay, so let's go back to our recap. We were up to DeMar DeRozan, Siakam, Donovan Mitchell, Booker. DeJounte Murray goes with the 12th pick in the second round. Brandon Ingram, Vucevic, Van Vliet, Gobert, Holiday, Anthony Davis, yuck. Chris Paul, Garland, Bam Adebayo, Zion, Tyrese Halliburton, De'Aaron Fox, McCollum, Irving, Kyrie, that is, Anthony Edwards, Kawhi Leonard, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle, Kristaps Porzingis, Cade Cunningham, Jamal Murray, Evan Mobley. I'm up again. It looks like it's getting a little. Oh, they Paolo Banchero way up too, so I would likely not get him anymore because I don't think I would reach for him there. Let's just go ahead and grab Jonas Valanciunas. That was a desperation pick, not the smartest decision, but I'm okay with that. We have another pick right after that. We have Capella, Giddey, Maxey, Wall, Vassell. I think somebody drafted Banchero. I'm going to go ahead and grab Josh Giddey here. This draft is moving really fast because we have a lot of auto drafters. So this is not ideal. I think next week we will be drafting from Yahoo again. So let's see if we can get back to this recap. We had LaVine, Randle, Porzingis, Cunningham, Murray, Mobley, Middleton, Jared Allen, Christian Wood, Terry Rozier, Brogdon, Robert Williams, who just got injured, Jaylen Brown, Sexton, Russell, DeAndre Ayton, Russell Westbrook, Jonas Valanciunas. And then I'm up on the board. I have Maxey, I have Keegan Murray, John Collins, Alperen Şengün, Devin Vassell, Al Horford. Very interesting. But John Collins. I think I like John Collins here just because I want to kind of fill out my roster a little bit. After that, we're up again. Şengün is still on the board. I like Devin Vassell here as well. Franz Wagner I really like as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and just go for Alperen Şengün. After Jonas Valanciunas was Ben Simmons, that is, Anthony Simons, Barnes, Brunson, Giddey, Nurkic, Thompson, Capella, Jackson Jr., Turner, Keldon Johnson, Jalen Green, Michael Porter Jr., Tobias, Jakob Poeltl, Kyle Lowry, Draymond, OG, Desmond Bane, Gary Trent Jr., Wendell Carter Jr., Paolo Banchero, Poole, Collins, Brooks, Kuzma, Maxey, Murray, Şengün, Wall, Ball, LeVert, Hero, Grant, Bay, Hield, Horford. And we're back up again. Jaden Ivey is on the board here. I want to get some rookies. So I'm going to just reach a little bit and grab Jaden Ivey. There's no telling what happens with him. After Horford, we had Vassell, Wiggins, Wagner, Conley, Jabari Smith Jr., Smart, Bagley, Portis, Hart, Suggs, Ivy. And we're up again. We have Mikal Bridges on the board. We have Harrison Barnes, Miles Bridges, who is way down, which is smart because he has those legal troubles. We're going to grab Mikal Bridges. On the recap, we had sorry about that. Let me get back where we were. We had Conley, Smith, Smart, Bagley, Portis, Hart, Suggs, Ivy, Hunter, Porter Jr., Boucher, Stewart, Bridges, Bogdanovich, Bogan, that is, Isaac, Gordon, Anthony, Graham, Powell, Montrezl Harrell, Baisley, Dinwiddie, Hayward, Barnes, Barton, Miles Bridges. Why? Seth Curry. Now we're back on the board. We have a couple more picks. I got the opportunity to grab Wiseman, staring me in my face. I'm interested to see what he does this year. So we're going to go ahead and just take the leap. Yeah, we're going to grab Wiseman. So we got Bridges, Miles, that is, Curry, Barrett, Oladipo, Malik Beasley, Luguentz Dort, James Wiseman, Bogdanovich, Robinson, Reggie Jackson, and Derek White. We're all caught up. Let's take a look here. We got Lauri Markkanen and Markelle Fultz. I'm interested to see what Lauri's going to do. And also, I like the way he looked in the EuroLeague. So we're going to grab him. New setting in Utah. Let's see how he performs. After Markkanen is Mathurin, Warren, Fultz, Denny Avdia, Patrick Beverly, Steve Adams, Monty Morris, Kelly Oubre Jr., Brandon Clark, Andre Drummond, Thomas Bryant, Zubac, Robert Covington, Marcus Morris Sr., PJ Washington, Kevin Love, Alex Caruso. And then we're up again. We will just go ahead and grab Rashad Holmes here. We're going to grab Rashawn Holmes there. And Jordan Clarkson is the last pick. Here is a recap of our team. With our first round pick, we grabbed James Harden. In the second, we grabbed LaMelo Ball. In the third, we grabbed Zion Williamson. In the fourth, we grabbed Anthony Edwards. In the fifth, we grabbed Jonas Valanciunas. In the sixth, we grabbed Josh Giddey. It's worth noting that Josh Giddey was a lot lower in the rankings, so it's interesting to see him this high. With the seventh round pick, we grabbed John Collins. Eighth round, Alperen Sengun. Ninth, Jaden Ivey. 10th, Mikal Bridges. 11th round, James Wiseman. 14th round, Lauri Markkanen. And in the last round, we grabbed Rashawn Holmes. Okay, we grabbed Rashawn Holmes. So that was a rapid fire draft. My throat hurts from talking so fast. Good God, let me get a sip of this coffee. So didn't really get to do my normal yay, nay, yes, no commentary. But all good. You live and you learn. What we're going to do is next week, I think we're going to just take it over to Yahoo and just conduct a points league draft. And if people are drafting for head-to-head categories, no problem. That's just up to them. They can do that. But we're going to draft with a points league state of mind next week on Yahoo. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to do it well. So before we get out of here, I want to make sure that I give you guys an update on some of the things that are happening. Hashtag Basketball reached out to me, and they would like me to be a contributor to their site. So, starting this month, I'll be contributing to Hashtag Basketball. As you know, if you follow what we do here at Game Pick, is one of my favorite platforms for fantasy basketball data, specifically for dynasty rankings. So I will be a contributor with dynasty points ranking. So I'm going to be submitting my rankings, which is going to be really dope. It's an honor for me. I'm super grateful for Joe and all of the guys over at Hashtag Basketball. Really excited. Speaking of excited, I'm excited to tell you about Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is one of the best places to play fantasy sports, including best ball, daily drafts, and pick'em. Start drafting in minutes for a shot at big cash and an enhanced game watching experience. Sign up today and use the code GamePickPodcast, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. It's like getting free money. Don't miss out on your chance to double up from the jump. To sign up, just join the Underdog Fantasy community on Android or iOS. Now, if you have an idea for a future episode, or if you want to see more of these mock draft videos, please drop a comment and let us know. Also, if there's a position you want us to draft on, or if you want us to conduct a category or roto draft, let me know that as well. Please join our private Discord group if you need help with waiver picks, trades, dynasty questions, team names, the works. All you have to do is hit the link in the description of this episode. Also, bang on that subscribe button, hit us with a thumbs up, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. You can also subscribe to us on Spotify. And don't forget, play the waivers, set your lineups, and follow Game Pick, you freaking fantasy nerd. Check out the next episode.